Hello and welcome. Thank you for taking the time to learn something important today. This talk is about your health. More specifically, how what you eat can affect how you feel, how your stomach works, and how you age. As we grow older, our bodies change. We may not digest food the same way we did when we were younger. Our stomachs may feel more sensitive. We may feel bloated more often or experience constipation. Sometimes we just feel off after eating, and we may not always know why. One important part of staying healthy is knowing what foods help us and which ones may not be helping us anymore. That brings us to today's topic: 5 vegetables older adults should limit for better digestion and longevity. You might be surprised. Aren't vegetables always healthy? Yes, most of them are. But not all vegetables work the same for everyone. Some vegetables can be hard to digest, especially for older adults. Some may cause gas, bloating, or discomfort. Others may affect certain medical conditions like thyroid problems or kidney issues. So today, we'll talk about 5 vegetables that older adults may want to limit. Not necessarily avoid forever, but reduce how often they eat them or how much. We'll also talk about why they can be a problem, what to watch for, and what to eat instead. Let's begin. Vegetable number 1. Cabbage. Cabbage is a common vegetable. It's used in coleslaw soups and stir-fried dishes. It's rich in fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants. But for many older adults, cabbage can cause digestive trouble. Why can cabbage be a problem? Cabbage contains a kind of sugar called raffinose. Our bodies have a hard time breaking it down. When it reaches the gut, bacteria feed on it, which produces gas. This can cause bloating, stomach cramps, or a feeling of heaviness. This problem gets worse if you eat cabbage raw, like in coleslaw. Raw cabbage is harder to digest than cooked cabbage. Also, cabbage is part of a group called cruciferous vegetables, which includes broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. These are known to cause gas and bloating in many people. What are the signs cabbage may not be working for you? You feel bloated after eating. You pass gas more than usual. You feel discomfort in your lower stomach. You burp often after meals. You feel full even when you eat only a small amount. If you notice these signs after eating cabbage, it may be time to cut back. What can you do instead? If you enjoy cabbage and don't want to give it up, try the following. Cook it well. Boiling or steaming makes it easier to digest. Eat smaller portions. A little cabbage may not cause problems. Chew slowly and fully. This helps your stomach break it down. Add carminative spices like ginger or fennel while cooking. What are good alternatives? If cabbage gives you trouble, try these gentle vegetables instead. Zucchini, soft, easy on the stomach. Carrots. Cooked carrots are sweet and kind to your gut. Pumpkin or squash. These are rich in fiber but easy to digest. The goal is not to remove cabbage forever, but to listen to your body. If it bothers you, there's no harm in cutting back. Vegetable number 2, broccoli. Broccoli is one of the most popular vegetables around the world. It's known for being healthy. It is rich in fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, and antioxidants. Doctors often recommend it as part of a balanced diet. But for many older adults, broccoli can lead to stomach discomfort. Why does this happen? Broccoli belongs to the same vegetable family as cabbage. These vegetables are called cruciferous vegetables. That means they have certain natural compounds that can be hard for the body to break down. One of these compounds is a complex sugar called raffinose. Just like cabbage, broccoli can make you feel gassy or bloated because your stomach and intestines may not fully digest that sugar. Instead, the sugar reaches the lower part of the gut, where bacteria begin to break it down. This process releases gas, which causes bloating, pressure, and sometimes pain. As we age, our digestive systems slow down a bit. We may not produce as much stomach acid or digestive enzymes as we did when we were younger. That makes it even harder for the body to deal with foods that cause gas. Some people also experience more acid reflux after eating broccoli, especially if it's raw. How do you know broccoli may not be agreeing with you? If you notice the following symptoms after eating broccoli, you may want to take a closer look. You feel full or bloated after meals. You have more gas than usual. You feel tightness or pressure in your stomach. You get acid reflux or heartburn soon after eating. You have irregular bowel movements or constipation. You might think this is normal, but often it's food-related. Keeping track of how you feel after eating certain foods can help you find out what works best for your body. Does this mean you have to stop eating broccoli completely? Not necessarily. If you enjoy broccoli and want to keep in your diet, here are some ways to make it easier to digest. Cook it well. Steamed or boiled broccoli is much easier on the stomach than raw broccoli. Cooking breaks down some of the tough fibers and sugars. Don't overeat. A small serving may be fine. Problems usually show up after eating too much. Pair it with other easy-to-digest foods like rice, carrots, or potatoes. Avoid eating broccoli late in the evening. Your body digests food more slowly at night. If broccoli still causes problems, it's okay to take a break from it. There are many other vegetables that offer similar health benefits without the digestive discomfort. What are some good alternatives to broccoli? Try cooked spinach. It's rich in iron and fiber, but much easier to digest. Green beans are gentle on the stomach and still provide fiber and nutrients. Cooked carrots add color and nutrition to meals without upsetting digestion. Zucchini is a soft, versatile vegetable that works well in soups or stews. Every person is different. Some people can eat broccoli every day and feel fine. Others may have to limit it to once a week or not at all. What matters most is how your body responds. Pay attention to your own signals. One helpful tip is to keep a simple food journal. Write down what you eat and how you feel afterward. If you notice a pattern, like always feeling bloated after broccoli, that's useful information you can use to adjust your diet. It's not about removing all your favorite foods. It's about finding balance. A few small changes can make a big difference in how you feel every day. Vegetable number 3, onions. Onions are used in kitchens all around the world. They add flavor to soups, stews, sauces, and salads. Whether raw or cooked, onions are a common part of many meals. They also contain vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. But even though they are healthy in many ways, onions can cause serious digestive discomfort, especially for older adults. Why do onions cause problems? The main reason is a group of natural sugars called fructans. These are short-chain carbohydrates that are hard for the body to digest. Most people do not have the enzymes needed to break down fructans in the small intestine. As a result, these sugars reach the large intestine undigested. When they get there, bacteria begin to ferment them. This process creates gas, bloating, and cramping. Raw onions are the hardest to digest. Cooking onions can help break down some of these sugars, but not all of them. So, Even cooked onions may still cause issues for people who are sensitive. As we age, we may become more sensitive to certain foods. Our stomach lining gets thinner, our enzyme production slows down, and our gut bacteria changes. These changes make it harder to tolerate certain ingredients, even ones we used to enjoy with no problem. What are the common signs that onions might not be working well for you? You feel bloated shortly after eating. You experience stomach cramps or discomfort. You burp or pass gas more than usual. You feel tired or sluggish after meals with onions. You notice changes in your bowel habits. These symptoms can show up even hours after a meal. That's why it can be hard to link them to onions. But if you eat onions often and feel discomfort, they may be part of the problem. Are all onions the same? No. Some types of onions may be easier to digest than others. For example, green onions or scallions have a milder flavor and often cause fewer problems. But the white, yellow, and red onions used in most cooking have higher amount of fructans and can be harder on your stomach. Should you remove onions completely? Not necessarily. If you love the flavor of onions, there are ways to enjoy it without upsetting your stomach. Try using onion-infused oil. You can heat onions in oil and then remove them. The oil keeps the flavor, but not the hard-to-digest sugars. Use fewer onions in your recipes. Sometimes just cutting them out in half is enough. Cook onions slowly and for longer periods. This breaks them down and makes them softer and gentler on digestion. Try using onion powder instead of fresh onions. Some people find it easier to digest, though it depends on the person. If even small amount of onion cause you discomfort, it might be best to avoid them and use alternatives. What are some good substitutes for onions? Chives are a good option. They have a similar flavor and are often easier to digest. Fennel has a slightly sweet flavor and can replace onions in soups or stews. Celery can add crunch and texture to dishes without the digestive trouble. Leeks may work for some people, especially if they are well cooked. Another option is to focus on adding flavor through herbs and spices instead of onions. Garlic-infused oil, basil, oregano, thyme, and rosemary can make food tasty without causing bloating. Keeping your digestive system calm and balanced is important as you get older. If onions are causing discomfort, it's okay to reduce them or remove them entirely. There are many other ways to make your meals flavorful and satisfying. Remember, digestive health affects your whole body. If you feel bloated, tired, or heavy after eating, you may not be getting the energy and nutrients your body needs. Small changes, like reducing onions, can lead to big improvements in how you feel every day. Let's continue with the next vegetable to consider limiting for better digestion and a longer, healthier life. Vegetable number 4, corn. Corn is a favorite food for many people. It's sweet, filling, and often brings back good memories. You might enjoy corn on the cob during the summer, creamed corn with dinner, or popcorn during a movie. Corn is one of the most common vegetables in the world and is also found in many processed foods. But while corn is tasty and familiar, it may not always be the best choice for older adults, especially those with sensitive digestive systems. Why can corn be difficult to digest? Corn contains a high amount of insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber doesn't break down during digestion. It moves through the digestive tract mostly unchanged. While fiber is important for healthy bowel movements, too much insoluble fiber can be hard on the stomach, especially if your digestive system is slower than it used to be. Corn also has a tough outer skin made of cellulose. Humans don't have the enzymes to fully digest cellulose. That's why you may have noticed that corn kernels often come out the same way they went in. In addition to being hard to digest, corn is high in starch. Starch is a type of carbohydrate that can break down into sugar. For older adults who are watching their blood sugar levels, especially those with diabetes or prediabetes, eating a lot of corn can make it harder to keep blood sugar steady. Corn is also used in many processed foods in the form of corn syrup, cornmeal, and cornstarch. These forms are even more likely to cause spikes in blood sugar and do not offer the same benefits as fresh corn. What signs may show that corn is affecting your digestion? You feel gassy or bloated after eating corn. You notice undigested corn in your stool. You feel full for a long time after meals. You have constipation or irregular bowel movements. You experience blood sugar spikes or feel sleepy after eating. These signs may not seem serious, but over time, they can affect your energy, mood, and overall well-being. Should you stop eating corn completely? Not always. Some people can eat corn in small amounts without any issues. But if you notice regular digestive discomfort after eating corn, it might be worth cutting back. Here are some tips if you still want to enjoy corn. Eat smaller portions. Instead of a full ear of corn, try a half. Chew thoroughly. This helps your body break it down more before it reaches your stomach. Cook it well. Cooking helps soften the fiber and can make it a bit easier to digest. Avoid processed corn products. These include corn chips, corn syrup, and packaged corn snacks, which offer little nutritional value and are harder on digestion. Also, try not to combine corn with other hard-to-digest foods in the same meal. For example, having corn with beans and a heavy meat dish may overload your digestive system. Keep it light and simple. What are some good alternatives to corn? If you're looking for a substitute that's easier on the stomach, try these. Peas are a gentle, starchy vegetable. They're easy to digest and offer similar sweetness. Mashed sweet potatoes provide a smooth texture and fiber without the tough skins. Cooked carrots are soft and lightly sweet. Butternut squash is full of nutrients and simple to prepare. Another helpful approach is to focus more on whole grains instead of corn-based products. Brown rice, quinoa, and oats are good sources of fiber that are often gentler on the stomach. Corn may be a comfort food, but your comfort during digestion is just as important. Pay attention to how you feel after meals. If corn seems to be causing problems, limiting it may lead to better digestion, more energy, and a better overall feeling in your body. Let's move on to the final vegetable in our list that older adults should consider limiting for better digestion and long-term health. Vegetable number 5, bell peppers. Bell peppers are colorful, crisp, and full of flavor. Many people love to add them to salads, stir-fries, pasta dishes, or even just enjoy them raw as a snack. They are high in vitamin C, vitamin A, and antioxidants. Red, yellow, orange, and green peppers each have their own look and taste, and they seem like a very healthy choice. But for some older adults, bell peppers can be surprisingly hard to digest. Why are bell peppers sometimes a problem? One of the main reasons is the skin. The outer layer of a bell pepper is tough and waxy. It doesn't break down easily in the digestive tract, especially if eaten raw. This can lead to bloating, cramping, and gas. Older adults with sensitive stomachs or slower digestion may find themselves feeling uncomfortable after eating peppers. Bell peppers also contain solanine, a natural chemical found in nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, eggplant, and potatoes. Solanine can cause irritation in the digestive system for some people. While not dangerous in small amounts, it may lead to inflammation or stomach upset in people who are sensitive. Another issue is acid reflux. Bell peppers, especially when eaten raw, can trigger reflux or heartburn in some individuals. This is particularly common in red peppers, which are sweeter and slightly more acidic. How do you know if bell peppers are affecting you? You may feel gassy, bloated, or have stomach discomfort after eating them. You may notice burping, acid reflux, or a burning feeling in your chest. You may feel heavy or sluggish after meals that include raw peppers. You might see undigested pieces in your stool. What can you do if you enjoy peppers but they don't seem to agree with you? Try cooking them thoroughly. Cooking breaks down the tough skin and makes them softer and easier to digest. Roasting, steaming, or sautéing are good methods. Remove the skin. If you roast a pepper, you can peel off the skin afterward. This makes a big difference for some people. Start with small amounts. A few cooked pepper slices may not bother you, even if raw ones do. Avoid eating them late in the day. Nighttime digestion is slower, and peppers may sit in your stomach longer, leading to discomfort. What are some good alternatives? Cooked zucchini or squash gives you color and texture in meals without the tough skin. Carrots, when steamed or roasted, are gentle on digestion and slightly sweet. Green beans are soft, easy to prepare, and friendly to the gut. If you miss the bright color bell peppers, try adding red cabbage cooked, beets, or orange flesh sweet potatoes to your plate. You don't have to give up bell peppers forever. Just be mindful of how they make you feel. Your comfort matters, and even small food changes can lead to big improvements in how you feel each day. Final thoughts. Your health is shaped by many small decisions over time. One of the most important areas to watch as you grow older is digestion. A healthy gut helps you absorb nutrients, keep your immune system strong, and feel more comfortable after eating. Vegetables are a powerful part of any diet, but not all vegetables are perfect for everyone, especially as the body changes with age. Some that once gave you no trouble may now cause bloating, gas, or discomfort. That's completely normal. Let's quickly review the 5 vegetables older adults may want to limit for better digestion and long-term health. Cabbage, high in gas-producing sugars, especially raw. Broccoli, healthy but can cause bloating and acid reflux. Onions, hard to digest sugars that may upset your stomach. Corn, tough skins high in starch and often undigested. Bell peppers, tough outer skin and may trigger reflux. Limiting these doesn't mean you are cutting out nutrition. In fact, it gives you the chance to replace them with gentler options that your body can digest more easily. Listen to your body. Take note of how you feel after meals. Keep things simple, eat slowly, and focus on foods that leave you feeling energized and light, not bloated and sluggish. Most of all, don't be afraid to experiment. What works for one person may not work for another. You have the wisdom and experience to make the best choices for your health. Eating well isn't about strict rules. It's about knowing your body and choosing foods that help you live better, feel better, and stay active for as long as possible. Thank you for listening and taking steps to care for your health. Every small change you make today supports a stronger, healthier tomorrow.